trying to get the camera in place. That's good. Just bear with me a few minutes, guys. I'm going to do about 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours. Give myself a challenge to try. I like doing long live streams, long conversations. I can give more value, answer questions, teach more, and share my story. So just bear with me. It is cold, so I'll put my jacket and get some water prepared. All right. Appreciate everyone as well who's signed up to my free meetup this Sunday. The numbers are going up. There's about 15 people coming now, so I'm trying to get as many people to come as I can, which is great. So today's live stream is about how to overcome social anxiety with talking to women. And I'm also going to go into, talking to people in general, because all the clients that I've coached, pretty much all the clients I've worked with, although some guys come to me for, help with dating and relationships and getting over their social anxiety with talking to women, going on dates, finding a girlfriend and being more honest. Most of them open up to me and say, well, actually, I've got social anxiety with my family, with my friends, going in shops, people, etc. And I'm able to help them to solve that problem. And I think I've said before many times, if you've got bad anxiety, it's not, to a certain point, it's great to speak to women to get over it, of course, but you're going to have to speak to people in general if you want to become more confident. But I'll talk more about that. Any questions you've got, don't be nervous about asking me questions. You can interrupt the talk, because I can always answer the questions and pick the talk up. Very used to doing that, and I want you to ask me questions anyway. Right, what I'm doing, as I said before, apologies for looking away. I'm having to use the laptop and the phone. The phone is really good quality, but the laptop enables me to share the videos more and read the questions better. So if you're wondering why am I looking this way, it's because I'm using a laptop and the phone so I can make the stream better, because I don't know I can't seem to get the same functions on the iPhone as I can on the laptop. So that's the reason. Right, so please do subscribe to the channel. If you're a guy that suffers with anxiety and social anxiety in all areas of life, with women, with people, and fear in general, wanting to move forward, subscribe to the channel. I've been coaching now, can't believe it, it's almost 11 years I've been teaching. I've worked with clients from America, from England, Ireland, Scotland, all around the world, Europe, Poland, Germany, France, Africa, Asia, all around the world. I've coached people, and I'm not talking about online, I'm talking about in person. People book flights and book hotels and get on the plane to come and work with me. So pretty amazing. I always say that I have to pinch myself, because it sometimes feels like it's not real. Based on my beginnings, coming from humble beginnings, I didn't have any confidence for so many years, because I suffered with mental health, with anxiety, terrible social anxiety. There wasn't many things that I wasn't frightened of, but most of which I was afraid of people. I was afraid of trusting people. I was afraid of people bullying me, taking advantage of me, tricking me, manipulating me. Had a lot of paranoia. Most of that was due to getting bullied growing up, and also having a mental health problem, which I didn't know when I was younger. It's taken me quite a few years. So what I done was, I got to the point where lots of men find themselves, and you might even be feeling like this today, where I didn't actually want to go ahead and kill myself, but I felt like doing it. I felt trapped. I just was frightened of living, and I was afraid of dying, and I was afraid of staying the way that I was, and I was also afraid of success. I was trapped in every different area. A lot of it was, a lot of what was affecting me obviously was the past, and not feeling good about myself, feeling that I can't get a girlfriend, I can't make money, I can't break out of really just the pain and depression of feeling that I'm not happy with myself and my life. So I had to get to rock bottom. Literally was on the edge, having panic attacks every day before I decided I really can't live like this anymore. I really can't care what people think about me, and I can't let these thoughts, these obsessive, negative, self-sabotaging thoughts hold me back. So I dedicated, the next year and a half of my life going out and facing fear. I knew that reading books, I read books, it didn't help. Reading books and theory and all this kind of intellectualization, it didn't do anything. It never took the fear away. Sometimes reading it would make me feel better for like half an hour, then I'd be back to feeling depressed again and my problems wouldn't go away. So I found the truth in regards to what I was looking for, and the truth was I had to go out and consistently face my fears, all of them, my social anxiety, my financial anxiety, my life anxiety, relationships, public speaking, traveling, new places. So I did that continuously, and through doing that, I gained a lot of confidence. And obviously, well, maybe not obvious to some, but that's when I started to get the results in my life. That's when I started to make money, and that's when I started to feel good about myself. And that's when my mental health problems started to improve, and I got into a good place, and things just went, things just got better and better. But it was a lot of hard work. It was really frightening at times. It was exciting. Sometimes it was easy, sometimes it wasn't. So it was real life. There were a lot of ups and downs, and that journey continues to the present day. We'll give it a few minutes, let people come on this stream. As I said, I'm not in a rush. I'm going to be here for about 2 hours plus. I know that there's different times that people, we've got people from different parts of the world. So some people are asleep, some are at work, um, and that's totally fine. Yeah, if you guys want to come along to the talk, you still got time. It's Sunday. We're meeting outside Covent Garden Station. We're going to meet in a group. We're going to go for a coffee, and I'm going to help you with your confidence with women and with life. You can ask questions. We're going to socialise. We're just going to have a great time. It's a lovely time. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. I always enjoy it so much, and as I've said before, I enjoy it. I'm going to be honest with you. It's a lot better than live streams. Coming on a stream. Meeting in person, you get so much confidence from coming to events. You get that exposure, you get that social practice, and and you meet nice people. Sorry here, and it gives you a lot of confidence, and it makes you realize when you go to social events, it makes you realize that you can handle your anxiety, and you can see the progress that you can make. It makes you want to keep socializing, and that's the idea. That's really what my teaching's about. It's helping people to get the experience that I had, which is a positive experience, and it's hard to put into words. It's basically the buzz that you get when you face a fear, whatever that fear may be. That could be speaking to a woman for the first time and asking her out, and having a good conversation and just thinking, wow, that's such a positive experience. I can't believe I'd done that. Didn't know I could do that. Or if it's going to a meetup group with like-minded people and being able to be comfortable with your anxiety and connect with people, whether it's starting a business, making some money, making a sale in your business. It's really just about it's the buzz of conquering fear. Even if you fail, there's a huge buzz in that. You still feel good because you had the courage to try. And a lot of men don't feel good about themselves because they don't even have the courage to try and fail. They're not willing to, they're so afraid of failure, they can't bear to think about it. But when you face failure and rejection many times, it's very liberating, because it almost feels like you're breaking out of the matrix. You're breaking out of the regular mindset that most people are stuck in their whole life, which is caring what other people think, fearing rejection, fearing what that's going to bring up. Highly all those fears. So facing fear is extremely liberating and rewarding. It's so good for your psychology and your mental health. It's actually healthy. It energizes you to get these things out. So that's been my therapy and teaching others throughout the last more than a decade. And that was why I suffered for so many years, because all the depression, all my emotions, all my ideas, all my personality was suppressed. It was stuck. I was so introverted I couldn't open up to people because of trust issues and anxieties and self-doubt and low self-esteem and limiting beliefs. So when you close down your heart and you don't go out and you don't meet women and you don't work and you don't make friends, it's agony. It's a horrible, horrible place that I wouldn't wish on anyone. So a big part of my videos, as I've said, on the surface, yes, I help guys to get a relationship in dating. That's one of the things I do. I help people to start businesses who have anxiety. I help people to get over social phobia. But a big part of what I do is, raising awareness on mental health and giving the solution that's helped me, which is to take action and to set goals in life and to work hard. You could see, with taking action, you can't just expect to just take a bit of action and your life to change. You have to do it full time. You have to stick at it until you see results. So you've got to be patient. And that's why I coach people usually from anything from a weekend up to 6 weeks, up to 6 months, or even a year for really committed people. So you really got to work at this. If you want to get over social anxiety with women and people and life, you have to put time in. Most people don't realize that they're putting all their time into doing nothing. And there's a lot of, that's really dangerous when you do that. The consequences are horrible, because you build a habit of not doing anything, and then of course your thoughts are going to be negative, because they've got nothing to go by. All the evidence that they're getting is negative. So inactivity, isolation, not socializing, being antisocial with women and people, is really bad on the mental health of men. It can 100%, if it's not treated, it can lead to suicide. We've seen it. These are hard things even for me to talk about, but this is the reality. It can lead to severe mental health problems, depression, isolation. It's not good. So that's why I speak up on my channel. I'm very open about my own mental health problems and the fact that I've still been able to be very successful, and for many years, despite the challenges that I go through in my personal life, still live a great life and make money and help people and improve and live life to the full, basically, and not let a label or an anxiety disorder define me and hold me back. So I refuse to do it. For me, it's easier to go out and be brave and face fears and be vulnerable and be honest, and not be a perfect person. None of us are. That's easier. I get a lot of enjoyment out of that. I love helping people, especially good people that have got good hearts. That's easier for me than going back to my old ways, which is to hide from everything and protect myself and be afraid to trust people, to love, to open up. All these fears, they don't help you in the long run. They actually hurt you. So, of course, when it comes to getting a relationship and speaking to women, if you don't address the anxiety and these mental health problems, then it's going to be very hard for you, which is why I talk about all these things and explain these things and give you a solution. And I said the solution is you've got to set a long-term goal of what you want to achieve in your life, so that you've got something to aim for every day. And then you've got to create a strategy in how you're going to reach that long-term goal. So if your long-term goal is to become a confident man and overcome social anxiety, then you've got to write that down, and then you've got to break it down into realistic steps to do daily. And that could be something like, okay, well, I want to become a confident man, overcome my social anxiety. So on a day-to-day basis, what is that going to look like? Well, for a start, that could be leaving the house and going into Starbucks, getting a coffee, and having a conversation with the person that's serving you, instead of just going into Starbucks, getting a coffee, avoiding eye contact, and then shooting out because you're awkward. Another example could be to take a program with me, a weekend program, a 6-week program, or come to my event, my social event on Sunday. Can you see how it works? And once you start setting goals and breaking them down into manageable steps on a day-to-day basis, you start to feel good about yourself, and you have a focus. And everyone who suffers with mental health, with social anxiety or anxiety, with women or people alive, they need a focus. Because if you don't have a focus, then your anxiety is going to take over, and you're going to focus on very negative things. You're going to get depressed. You're going to get frightened. You know, you're gonna not want to be around people. You're going to get into that whole negative, vicious spiral of, you know, that I did a video about it. Check out my channel, where you say, you convince yourself that you don't want to be around people, and it's, short term that's fine, but long term it's not healthy. No one's meant to be on their own. No one, men or women of any age, for long periods of time. Of course, like, it's okay if you want to have a few weeks on your own and you're enjoying it. I like doing that. But being on your own for like months and months and not having friends and not, that's why I say to guys that I'm not a big fan of online dating, especially for men who've got anxiety, because you're not learning how to build social skills like you would if you speak to women in person, what I teach. When you speak to people in person, it's healthy and you can actually build real connections with people. But if you're stuck online, you might not get a date, so you're not actually getting to speak to people in person. It's not good. It's not good. Obviously, some people do it and they get lucky, or they meet the right person, and that's great. I wish that could happen for everyone, but that's a small percentage of people. And the amount of men that have said to me, I've tried online dating, I haven't found a girlfriend, or I can't get a date. And the amount of women that have said the same to me, that they don't like online dating, they can't find the right man, and they'd rather meet a guy in real life, and then they can build trust, they can make a decision better. So you've got to meet your people in person. And that was a big part of my success, and realizing where I was going wrong, that I just wasn't putting myself out there enough. I wasn't having enough social interactions. And that's why my anxiety and my social anxiety wasn't improving. It was getting worse. And as I realized that, and as I got more confident, what I did was I spent more time around my family. I started going and doing public talks myself. I started a business. I attacked my anxiety in every area. I started going out in public, practicing speaking to women, getting more comfortable, then getting dates until I got a girlfriend. I made new friends. I just did so much exposure therapy, and it was amazing. It saved my life. It really did. It changed everything in my life financially. Everything changed. I changed as a person. I went from just really being a coward, someone who couldn't really get out of the house, couldn't travel. I could only go to like the same shops. I just closed down. And I went from that guy, to a guy that was just fearless and just opened up, and was eventually on the stage doing public talks and making YouTube videos, and coaching people, coaching 6 to 7 clients a week from all different parts of the world. I've met people from around the world through my business. It's amazing. And I was a shy person who couldn't really hold eye contact, who couldn't speak to people properly, unless it was like family member or someone I knew all my life. But that wasn't making me happy. I knew that you got to get out there. I wanted to help more people. I wanted to connect people, and I always wanted to have real connections. That's a big part of my teaching, to teach people how to be honest and not use tricks and not hide behind personas and not play these games that a lot of people play that I don't enjoy it. And that was a big joy for me, to finally start teaching people how to do that and how to experience that myself. It's a wonderful feeling. And because a big part of the fear with social anxiety is the fear of being hurt and opening up, because you feel like you're going to be judged, that you're not good enough, and it's a fear of upsetting people, people shouting at you. I had all those fears. I know all the fears that you guys have, all of them, because I had them, and that's why I'm passionate about helping you to overcome them, because I know you can do it, because I did it. I'm just a normal person. I just worked very hard, because I know you can do it, because I did it. Got my mindset, changed the way that I thought, the more you take steps, brave steps, the braver you get. It was really good to talk to you yesterday, mate. I really enjoyed it. It's nice to talk to people in real life or on the phone. I'm really good. I'm looking forward to the event. I woke up this morning feeling the way a lot of people felt. I felt frightened. I had a lot of anxiety, and this is a positive. And the fear that I had was, I knew I was going to have a great day today, and I was going to face stuff and inspire people. So that's something that most people wouldn't understand. And what I realized with a lot of people, especially clients I work with, and I used to be the same, men are ashamed to admit that. I'm not ashamed, I'm proud of it. I don't care what anybody thinks, because I know what I'm doing, I know I'm succeeding, I know I've achieved a lot, and I know I've got the guts to be real and honest. So I don't wake up in the morning and go, oh, I'm ashamed, man, I'm scared, I shouldn't be. No, you should be, we're human. Mike Tyson is afraid before he goes in the ring, Tyson Fury. What do you do with that fear? The difference is I'm here doing the stream and I'm not afraid now. I've faced it. It was like an anxiety of, because my biology knows, well, this guy, he's going to make us face stuff today, which I am. You know, I'm going to be teaching, helping, running a business. So that's fear. That's using fear in the right way. Because if you don't use the fear, then it will use you. And the denial of fear, if you say, I'm not afraid of that, but you are, then you're not going to overcome it. The meeting was amazing. I meet up with my mate. We meet about once a week, and we have these deep conversations. They're amazing. You know, he's a great guy, friend of mine. He actually did my 6 weeks program years ago. He was a client. We connected. He got a girlfriend after my program. Then years later, I did his program because he did personal training, and we become good friends like that. And we go and have these amazing conversations. I'm blessed, and the conversations I have with him is similar conversations that we have. So that was amazing. 100%. That's what I teach people. You know, that's the reality. Today, everybody, I don't even have to ask you guys. I know it. I know that you wake up and you've got fear in the belly. You've got anxiety. It doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. What are you going to do with it, though? That's what a warrior does. Because we all feel fear. We all feel fear, just like we all go to the toilet. But some of us don't. Some of us let it take over, and we can't move forward. And that was the biggest breakthrough for me in my life. The reason why I struggled for so many years and I couldn't make money, and I couldn't get a girlfriend, and I couldn't really connect with people, because I didn't know how to channel the fear. I didn't know what, I was so afraid that I just went, oh my God, I'm scared, I'm anxious, I feel terrible, I'm afraid, I'm insecure, and I'm not going to go out the house. I can't go out the house, I can't be around people, I can't look at people, I can't talk to them, I can't deal. I panicked, I didn't know how to go, hang on a minute. It's a normal feeling, everybody feels it, you're not going to die, relax. It's beautiful, it's excitement, face it. And then you calm down. So it's learning to change your relationship with it and not say, oh, this is bad, you know, oh, I'm bad, I'm a bad person because I feel anxiety. Oh, I'm nervous to meet people. You're not bad, you're human. What are you going to do with it? You know, can you move forward despite feeling afraid, insecure, self-doubt? That's where champions are built. In any aspect of life, in any area, we don't have to be specific. A doctor going to work, a lawyer, a banker, a teacher, a boxer, an influencer, a writer, a man. It doesn't really matter what you do, what your job title is, what your background is, what your creed, your class. It's about how you show up, how you can control it. So I'm able to control my fear now because I have 11 years experience coaching other people from all around the world. And I've also got about 16 years experience myself dealing with it. And I couldn't even imagine years ago that I'd be being this honest, because I couldn't do it years ago because I was afraid of what everyone thought of me. I didn't want them to know these things about me because I was ashamed. I'm not ashamed anymore because I know everyone feels this. Some people have got the courage to admit it. All my friends have. They're brave people. The people that I follow, the David Goggins, the Les Browns, the Jeff Thompsons, the Grant Cardones, these are honest people. That's why I love them. They're honest about their fear, but they take action and go and do amazing things. And my client Philip's amazing. He's honest about his fear, he takes action. That's why he's doing so well. He did my 10K. He spent £22,000 on my working me for a year and a half. He's making money. He's doing public talks. He's been on 21 dates. He's coaching people. He's traveling. He's fearless, he's living it, he's honest. So if you're not honest and real about the fact that you are afraid and you have anxiety, then you're not going to overcome it, because the denial is going to destroy you. Because if you deny, if you say, well, I'm not overweight, but you are overweight and you deny it, then you're never going to get in shape. So denial of fear is really it's toxic, and it takes just as much courage to admit as a man and say, yeah, I have all these fears. I have them all the time, but I'm going to face them, and it's through facing them that you overcome them. You build a beautiful relationship with fear and anxiety. And I didn't know all this stuff because no one would tell me, because not many people are honest. When I was starting, no one wants to talk about it. But now, thank God, lots of people are talking about it. It's so inspiring because we can all help one another and cut the bullshit. Why do people lie so much about something that they're not being honest? And if you're not honest, then you can't become better in life. So I had to admit to myself that I had all these fears. I was afraid of people. I was afraid of money. I was afraid of selling. I was afraid of public speaking. I was afraid of success. I was afraid of being hurt. I was afraid of being betrayed. I was afraid of being controlled, bullied, all these things, shamed. I had all these fears, and I know everybody else does. And then I got to a point where I said, well, you know what? I'm rock bottom. I've got nothing to lose. I haven't got any money. I didn't, university wasn't for me. I haven't got a degree. I don't have rich parents. I don't have a huge social circle. I've got nothing. So I've got nothing to lose. But what I did have I had a lot. I had faith, I had health, believe in God, good family, and I had courage and heart. And I had a lot. I had the choice to respond. And that's what I chose to do. And many years later, most of the people, the archetypes that I was afraid of, they come and paid me a lot of money to teach them. And I got to overcome that fear and realize they're just nice people. So my fears of I'm intimidated by a doctor. I'm afraid of someone who is a banker, who is rich. I'm afraid of a millionaire. I coached these people. They paid me a lot of money. They needed my help. And then when you meet them and connect with them, they're just normal people underneath. They do a job. They're successful, but they have fears. They have insecurities. So I've coached loads of doctors all around the world, bankers. I've worked with a millionaire. It's just labels, and this is the education that I got that was invaluable. So I went out and found the truth for myself. All these questions that I had, why did I feel like that? Until I built my confidence up. So I had courage. And when you've got courage, you've got currency. And when you act on your courage, you will attract great things in your life. You really will. And you'll also go through some terrible things, but they'll toughen you up. They'll make you grow. So I used to have a fear of being attacked by people, criticized online. So life sometimes gives you what you need to face. When I first started my business, I was criticized and attacked by a whole community of men. In a London, some kind of London, forum for guys. These guys were attacking me, threatening me, and it frightened me at the start, but I overcame it. None of them done anything in the end. Most of them became fans of me. Most of them who hated me actually liked me, just jealous of me, and I forgave them, and I weren't scared of them anymore. I got to meet some of them in person, and I felt compassion. I felt sorry for them. Number one, they couldn't physically do anything. And they were nice, and I forgave them, and it died out, and I overcame it. So they effectively helped me. They helped me to get past one of my biggest fears, and that was the fear of people attacking me. And that fear went back to the fact that I grew up in a council estate where there was drugs, there were crime, there were poverty, there were gangs, and lots of gangs. I had fights. People tried to rob me. Sometimes I did get robbed. So my deep fear originated from those experiences. But they toughened me up. So the more I faced fear, the less afraid I became, the more brave I became. So it's the understanding can only really be understood by facing it. And that's why I've got such a passion. I'm so passionate. I don't get bored about it. It's my favorite subject. If someone asks me, please get your questions in. What excites you? What are you passionate about? Talking about fear and how to overcome it, and sharing my story and connecting with other nice people. That's amazing. That's brilliant that you're doing acting. These are wonderful things that you're doing, Frank. Like I said on the phone, like the travel, you're doing it. You're living it. I guess I guess you connect to me on my channel because maybe you want to learn how you can do it even more, but you're doing the right things by going out and confronting things, because you're facing it. So, when you use the fear, it's your best friend. It's a continuous relationship with people. So I said to people before, people think when they see me, when you become successful, it doesn't stop. I still have fears. I still have anxieties every day. So you have to keep facing it, and you start to realize that it's nothing wrong with being scared. But what is wrong is to not face it, not confront it. You're welcome. I appreciate it, man. And what I love is transferable skills. So, because I faced my fear of boxing, had my first boxing match, got beaten, lost, I got knocked out, I got stopped, I got back up, but they stopped it. But I got beat, no excuses. But I'm glad I went through it. I had the courage to go out and fight in front of a crowd of people. When I was 25, I was terrified. I did it though, I tried. No shame in that. It doesn't matter if you fail. What matters is that you have the courage to do it and try, because most won't try. That gave me the confidence to speak to women in public and get rejected hundreds of times and get awkward and feel awful, but to get through it and then get success. And I'm not showing off. I'm just telling the truth. I want to be true about my failures and successes. That's why I was able to go from a guy, that used to sleep with prostitutes, that was addicted to prostitutes, because I had low self-esteem. I didn't think I could get a woman. To go from that place, a guy that just was in an awful place in my 20s. I worked as a postman, which I was proud of that job, and I spent half of my wages on prostitutes because I was desperate for love from women, desperate for sex, affection, all those things, right? So to go from that to being able to, go on 5 or 7 dates a week with lovely women that were not prostitutes and I didn't have to pay them, and I met them by being honest and genuine, blew my mind. It really did. And I ended up dating women from all different cultures, lovely women, and getting to discover these things. I never knew I could do it because I kept facing my fear. And I wasn't afraid to humble myself and get rejected and make a fool of myself. But I never quit. So it's the not quitting. And that's another huge part of this journey that a lot of men don't want to accept and face, is the rejections, the failures. So it's not like, even when I teach my programs, I'm honest with people. I don't lie to my clients. I don't lie. I try not to lie to anyone. So I say to my clients, you're going to spend a lot of money. If you're committed and you're going to show up, I'm going to change your life. But you're going to go through rejection, whatever we do. If I help you to start a business, you're not going to get clients every day. It's not reality. But if you stick at this and you follow my strategy, you're going to make a lot of money and you're going to have a successful business. Said the same to Philip, he's getting clients. But you're going to have to handle rejection. Same with women. If you do a 6-week program with me and I take you out, you're going to get rejected. Everyone gets rejected. Doesn't matter how confident you are, how good the teacher is. But if you can handle the rejection, you're going to get huge success and you're going to improve as a human being. You're going to be a better person. You're not going to be a worse person for getting rejection. It humbles you. Makes you care about people more. We all need to be humbled from time to time because we all have pride. We all get ungrateful. All of us do, myself included, 100%. So the rejections, they humble you. They make you appreciate the small things in life. And I've been humbled many times, achieving all the success, having a mental health breakdown, being in a mental hospital for 6 to 8 weeks on medication and losing everything was extremely humbling for me. It humbled me. It made me really humble. And then I've come back from that. I've worked hard to get back to where I am, making money, teaching, dating again, and just enjoying small things, enjoying being here today with you guys. So if you're getting a lot from this, I've really got a passion to I appreciate it a lot. Well, for me, I always appreciated that the people that followed me are just good people, and I felt so appreciated that people appreciated my vulnerability, that I could have lied. I could have just put the videos up, the infields where I got the success and edited out the rejections to make more money and get you guys on my programs. But I can't do that. It's not me. I'm not gonna lie to people. I don't need to. The truth's better than the lies. And the truth was, I get rejected in all areas of my life, even today. But I don't give up, and that's why I get the success. So I get rejection and success, and that's true for everyone. And so I wanted to help men. So if I want to help people, I've got to be real with them and give them the truth that I found. And it's interesting how lots of people who run businesses think they're scared to tell the truth to their clients because they think that their clients won't pay them, they won't sign up to their programs. But I found it to be the opposite. When I'm honest with my clients or people that follow me, not as a tactic, just because it's the right thing to do, I get more business. I get people sign up more because they trust me. And then they go out and get better results. So I did it, it's not even like I'd sat there and thought, well, is this a strategy? It's honest, and that's what I teach. And doesn't mean I'm perfect. None of us are, It doesn't mean that I've never told a lie. Of course I've lied before. That's part of being honest as well, is admitting that we've all lied. We've all made mistakes. We're not perfect. But I try and be honest, as consistent as I can. And I feel great when I'm honest, and I know you do. I understand, human nature. Yeah. It's and that's how you really grow. And that's the same with women. Most of society doesn't teach this. I'm honest with women, and I get better results for being honest. And they trust you more. So yeah, facing fear. So today, being not having the courage to be honest. That's another fear in and of itself that people have in all areas. I see it. I've coached people in business, and they're scared to be honest in their business in case they get hurt or judged or they lose money. But I'm telling you, if you're honest and you wear your heart on your sleeve, it may take a bit longer, but you will have a business for life. That's why my business has lasted so long throughout all different challenges. Of course, I've had ups and downs, but generally it's lasted. Even when I weren't working and I was mentally ill, I was getting emails for coaching, people asking me, I want to do coaching with you, I want to pay you. I couldn't work then, I was sick because of what I put out. Because I haven't tried to be perfect, and I've been honest with people throughout. I've tried to be as honest as I possibly can, without it being, I don't know, without it being too much, a bit like off. And these are the people that I follow, that's why I work with Jeff. That's why I went and, spent a lot of money and did coaching with Jeff, because of the honesty, because I trusted him. Because having the courage to be honest about his story and about how he changed his life, how he overcame fear, how he, became a better person. It's a huge weight, such a relief. I've seen it so many times with friends. I've experienced it. I've had it in relationships recently with a girl. When you're just honest about something that's really frightening you, and you feel insecure and you feel embarrassed, you just get it out, you feel better. Even if the person doesn't understand, you just feel better for getting it out, taking that, as you said, the weight off your shoulders. And the honesty gives you confidence, your ego won't like it at the time because you feel like you're losing something. But over time, as you continue, and you notice, have a look at most successful people. One of the great traits they've got, I'm not saying all of them, a lot of them is they're very honest when they speak. They're very authentic, because they built up to that. You have to build the stamina. It takes time. Because most people, it's not because they're bad people. I was saying they're not authentic. They're not honest. They're not themselves. They don't speak their heart. They filter everything. They're careful. So to undo that and break out of that anxiety, that social anxiety, that fear of showing who you are and saying how you feel, that takes time. Just as it takes 6 or 12 weeks for a boxer to get in shape. They have to do a training camp. Why? Why would they do training camp? Why not just get in the ring? Because they've got to get in shape. So I help my clients to get in shape socially. And I can do that in 6 weeks. If a guy's committed, in 6 weeks, I can help him to get in a relationship. Certainly get him on dates. With the training, with the coaching, with the mentorship, with teaching him how to communicate. and the time that we spend. When I'm with my clients, they're doing the training by sitting with me and talking, because the nature of my conversations are exactly what I'm doing now. They're no different. I'm not a different person online as I am in person. I'm the same. So that practice of social congruency, of honesty, that consistency, it makes you much better. It's amazing what it does. Sorry, I've got to do my jacket. It's a bit cold in it. Yeah, 100%. That's what the boxing does. You know, the boxing helps you to face reality. It gives you confidence in every area. Boxing helped me to make money, to do public talks, to do events, to teach, to travel. It gave me so much confidence, and it really taught me how to, as Mayweather says, how to be calm in an uncalm place, or Teddy Atlas, they both say it, how to be relaxed when you're nervous and stressed, how to calm that down. You've got anxiety, you've got adrenaline in your body, you're scared, you feel uncomfortable, but to be calm and relax and be able to communicate and control yourself in a situation. Invaluable skills. They don't teach us at school, and as far as I know, they don't teach us in university, but I teach it because I know that these life skills are invaluable. They'll take you all around the world. They'll help you make relationships. See, with what I teach people, the coaching that I do helps people to build relationships, helps them to manage fear, helps them to start their business, helps them to make money, helps them to overcome addiction. It goes into so many areas what I teach. It's not just, how to speak to a woman and get a number and go on a date. That's a small part of it, a very small part of it actually. It teaches you how to be motivated, how to be a better person, how to be more honest, how to be brave, how to be a good communicator, how to listen, how to connect with people, not on a fake level, on a genuine level. A 100%. But I'm trying to say, none of us really like it, but there's nothing wrong with being exposed in the sense of, failing or breaking down. It's happened to me many times. I mean, because that's how you grow. You're right, Matthews. I haven't seen you for a while. How are you? So, I got humbled through the mental breakdown. I had everything. I had money, certain amount of fame. Not that is something I crave for now. Not at all. Actually, the opposite. I'd rather remain anonymous, but help loads of people. But obviously, that's not possible. Absolutely, Larry. Of course I did. Thank you. Thanks to a lot of you guys. I'd conquered it. Thanks, Larry. That means a lot. How are you doing? I've got an event Sunday, Larry. It's a free talk. You're very welcome to come. Same time, same place. Yeah, I did. I went to Germany on my own twice, and it was life-changing. It meant so much to me. It really did. I honestly could have cried. That's how much it meant to me to conquer that childhood fear. So I appreciate you asking. How are you doing? How are you getting on? I know why you came on, Larry. I know the reason why, because you want the 24-hour live stream. Larry's the man who wants 24 hours. He said run it for 24 hours, Jonathan. So I've been thinking about it. We're building up to it, man. I'm taking a run and jump. So that's why my streams are getting longer and longer, because we're just building up to that 24-hour, man. We want to we want to break records here. It's a good idea, though. I like it. Oh, did you? I didn't see that on my Twitter. You know what? I don't even use Twitter. I just share my videos on Twitter, so it's not that I ignored it. Maybe I should start going on it. It's not really a platform. I've never really enjoyed Twitter. It's not really my platform. I just share my videos on there to get more views, to reach more people. Right, just to let you guys know, I am doing a paid weekend program in December the 10th and the 11th. So if you want to sign up to that, you can. I'm going to take 4 students out, and I'm going to help you to overcome your social anxiety with speaking to women in public with honesty, and I'm going to teach you how to get dates, how to be confident. It's an amazing weekend. So if any of you want to come on that, you're welcome. Send me an email, and I'll tell you all the details. If you need to speak to me, I got no problem at all. You can get on a Zoom call, and I can explain to you the program, the price, the time. But I just wanted to give you an idea of what I'm going to do. But let me just make a point of saying that I'm only taking 4 students, so they're limited spaces. So let me know now, so the spaces don't fill up and then you can't come on. So this program is specifically for dating, and I don't know how long I'm running this program for. As I've gone into a different area, with working, helping business coaching, social anxiety. So I'm just doing it by how I feel. So let me know if you're interested, guys. Send me an email. Have a great day, man. Have a nice day, Frank. I'll see you Sunday. Yeah, we've got a lot coming to this. So I've got 2 events coming up. One's free, which is a social meetup for men who've got social anxiety. They want to overcome it and be more confident with women, people, life. That's this Sunday. I've got 15 coming so far. I know the numbers are going to go up. We're going to have a great time Sunday. We're going to meet in person, in real life. How amazing is that? We're going to have a coffee. I'm going to answer questions. We're just going to have a cracking time. So that's on this Sunday, and then the following week is the paid weekend program for guys that want to learn how to speak to women in public with honesty, and obviously eventually how to get a girlfriend and get a relationship. So if you want to do a weekend program with me in London, it's one of my most popular programs at the moment. I've recently sold, how many of us sold? Around 6 or 7, and most of the programs have been people from all around the world. I had a client from LA, from America, lovely working with him, from Greece, Estonia, another client from New York. I had another client outside England, great guy. I had another client I worked with from Norway. So just 6 different countries already. It's amazing. And I don't say this to show off. I say it because I like to appreciate from where I've started, where I've come from, and and give thanks to the people that do my programs. I really appreciate it. It's a lovely feeling. It's a great feeling to earn good money doing what you love from people that appreciate you, and you help them to change their life, and then I help them to go on and make more money if they want to do that, and to improve all areas of their life. And to have, like I said to a client the other day, I said, I'll be honest with you, mate, like the conversations I had with you, I don't even have these sometimes with my own family. These are so deep and meaningful. Obviously it's not always appropriate, because we talk about, I guess when someone's traveling from another country and they're spending a lot of money on my coaching, and I'm changing their life, teaching them this amazing value, because we don't know if we're ever going to see each other again. Sometimes we don't. So we have a certain amount of time. So there's nothing to lose, which creates a different type of atmosphere. Where obviously sometimes with your family and friends, you're gonna see them, it's likely for a long time. So you're not under pressure with the limited time. So it creates a whole different atmosphere. And I've always appreciated that, but I'm going to appreciate that more. That not everybody is in a job where they can have the conversations I have, because most jobs have got politics, they've got a certain way, the business structure of the company, and you can't be that honest, you lose your job. But in my job, I don't have that. I'm my own boss, and the clients that come to me are paying me and giving me permission to help them, and we have these great conversations, and I teach them how to have those conversations with women and people that they want to build connections in their life. So it's amazing. It's a great feeling. It's a great buzz. And that's why I started to get passionate and think, right, I want to start doing some business coaching. I've been very successful at the dating coaching, the social anxiety coaching, but I want to teach select clients how to make money being honest, doing what you love, and changing people's lives. So when Philip took the program, I was really happy. Now he's doing that. It's a great feeling to teach that to other people, and then they can have that experience. It's like you're in a different world. It don't feel real sometimes to me. It really doesn't, because I still remember the days. It was a long time ago where I did jobs where I couldn't speak my mind. I lose my job. You know, everything's small talk, and I didn't enjoy that anymore. Not knocking anybody who does that. I respect anyone who does a hard day's work. I've done all kinds of jobs, you know. I've been unemployed, I've been on benefits, I've worked in office, I've worked on building sites, I've done cold calling, I've cleaned toilets, I've cleaned dishes. I'm not too proud. I've broke my back. I've done all sorts of jobs. I've sold shoes on a market stall. But eventually I've been a postman. Didn't enjoy those jobs anymore. You know, so I come from humble beginnings. And that, I suppose that's what makes you appreciate things when you grow up poor and you don't have much. When you get it, you should appreciate it, and I did. So it teaches you the value of having and not having. So a huge part of my teaching as well is teaching these values. I think that's something that I struggle to have the patience. I tried it. I'm trying to work on it. Pray to God to make you guys understand how hard you have to work if you want to live your dreams. Like you really don't. Some of you might understand, and some of you are doing it, but lots of you, I know, because I was the same. You don't understand how hard you have to work if you want to even just get over your social anxiety. It's a full-time job. But when you accept that and you work hard, you enjoy life. It's a contradicting truth. Most human beings fear hard work because they fear what they've got to face themselves, their emotions. What will people think? Rejection, challenges, uncertainty, anxiety, panic attacks, thoughts, feelings, emotions, the past, the future, success, good feelings. A lot of people are afraid of good stuff. So people have all these fears. So when they think about working hard, and people have got a bad relationship with time, impatience, they go, I can't do it. Can't do it. I've got to escape, got to watch Netflix, or I've got to watch porn, I've got to drink alcohol. Can't deal with that right now. I've done the same. I understand. I speak from experience too. But when you break out of that and you find your passion in life, when you get that connection, you don't want to break out of that. But to get to that point, you've got to work hard. So working hard is self-explanatory. You will understand what I'm saying only through doing. So you can't just watch a video and someone says, you know, you have to understand the value of working hard. You can understand it intellectually and go, yeah, that makes sense. I could see that. Yeah, I believe that. But if you don't actually work hard yourself, you don't get the spiritual confirmation. You don't emotionally feel what it feels like to be a person who works hard. And I think I know I'm right, you know, whether God put this in us, science, evolution, biology, there is something intrinsic in men that when we work hard, we feel a sense of self-esteem. We feel good enough. We feel good about ourselves. I know it. I know every man. If I don't work hard at anything, I don't feel good enough. Not consistently. I don't feel good in myself. It doesn't matter what everybody else says. They can say I'm great. They like me. Something in me, there's a sadness, there's a feeling of guilt, of feeling like a coward. But when I work hard and I help people, whether it's in the gym, whether it's teaching, whether it's cleaning my apartment, you know, just working hard, doing YouTube videos, talking, spiritually, something inside is celebrating. It feels really good. And you physically see it in people. I can see it in myself. I see it in my clients. Your eyes look different. Your face, you look more healthy. You look younger. You look energetic. All teachers have it. All of them do. All of them. David Goggins, Les Brown, all of them. Eckhart Tolle. They've all got that shine. Jeff Thompson, because they're working hard. It comes through. Welcome. So working hard is a skill. I don't care what you do. You know, you could work in McDonald's. I guarantee you, in every single McDonald's, there is one person who works their arse off. I'm not saying, let's say you've got a team of people in McDonald's that work in McDonald's. Say you've got a team of 10 people and they all work hard, but there'll be one person who works the hardest in that job because something in them has to do it. And that is success. There's always some. So whatever I approach in my life, I always apply that. And if I don't apply it, I don't feel good about myself. So when I'm teaching, if I'm coaching a client, if I don't commit to helping them, I'm not going to feel good. The integrity is not good. But if I give everything and I do everything I can to help my client, I feel good because I know I've done the right thing. So it's a spiritual connection when we work hard. And, without generalizing, women are attracted to men that work hard. They are. Because I learn from women. They tell me, I listen. Like I said, some of the best things I've learned in life have not come from always men. A lot of the times they've come from women. What women have told me about myself that I need to hear. Things where I struggle, where I have insecurities, where I have blind spots that I didn't know I had. And they say it, So working hard in life makes you more attractive to people in all areas of life. There's something about it. We respect it as human beings. We respect someone who's grinding. I don't care if they clean toilets. If you see them working hard, you have a respect for them. You do. And that's a wonderful thing. There's something to be said about that. There's something so meaningful about that you can't take that away. You can attack it, you can judge it, but deep down, you know it's something that you need to respect. So we respect people that work hard. And that's how I had to learn to respect myself, because for many years, just like my clients say to me, I didn't respect myself because I wasn't someone that I could be proud of. I wasn't living it. I wasn't trying. I had a bad attitude. I had a good heart, but I had a bad attitude because of my anger, my fears, the hurt that had been put on me, my shame, my anxieties, my deep insecurities. I let them take over and paralyze me with fear. And that's what fear will do if you let it, which is why I teach people how to have a better relationship with fear. And fear is energy. If you work hard, you get rid of the fear. You transform the fear from fear into excitement, for a better word, or from fear to love. Because love is stronger than fear, believe it or not. That's why I grew up as a kid loving Bruce Lee. I know all young guys did. One of the reasons why, the movies, and I loved his physique and the intensity and the energy, but I studied Bruce Lee. Dedication was a word he used a lot, working hard. He worked very hard. He was gifted, but hard work got him there. The saying, it's a bit cheesy, but I like it. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. There are many talented people. So whatever you do, guys, from today onwards, work your arse off. The rewards are life-changing. They will, in the end, it takes time. You won't see it straight away, but the result of consistent action is priceless. And this is a message I want everyone to hear. I want billionaires to hear this message. I know they're out there. I know they still have their struggles and they need my help. I want millionaires and I want billionaires to hear my message that working hard in the long run is more valuable than £1 billion. Because if you've got £1 billion but you become lazy, you lose something that money can't buy, and that's integrity. And that's that warrior spirit inside. I learnt this through living it. And I've got the guts to speak the truth and say what I feel and what I've learned and what I'm learning continuously. And that's why I said I don't do paid coaching with clients who are not committed, because I won't be able to help them. I'd help everyone if I can, but I can't help someone. As my father said, you cannot help a man who doesn't want to help himself. It will drown me. It's dangerous for my mental health. So that's why I designed the 1-year anxiety program. I made it expensive because I knew everybody wouldn't buy it, but I knew the ones that will buy it, they're going to be successful. They're going to be a joy to work with. And that's why it's great working with Philip, because he's so hard working, he's so brave, he's so committed. There's no excuses, and he's honest. And that's why he's growing and getting great results. So you have to make a commitment to work hard, whatever that may be. If that's getting over your social anxiety with women, I was the same. I was paralyzed with fear of women. I was petrified of women. So I had to work extremely hard at practicing, getting exposure, and I had to do a lot of socializing with women to get my confidence up, to really get over these insecurities, and to be able to relax and be myself and build honest connection, just to be honest with them and relax and enjoy their company and let them decide if they want to go out of me, which eventually they did, thank God, because I believed for many years no woman on planet Earth would ever go out of me, because I had all these issues that I was hiding from the world, most of which was anxiety, fear. I was ashamed of it for many years, didn't know how to talk about it, didn't know how to admit it to myself, and it crippled me with depression and anxiety until I got the courage to talk about it. And in talking about it, it freed me from it, and you realize that a lot of people actually respect you and like you for it, because deep down they're dealing with the same thing. And a lot of people don't have the courage to open up, but when they see someone else do it, it might help them to do it, which is why I continuously open up. It's part of my personality anyway, always was as a kid, until I got afraid and started to close down. And I've overcome that fear now. I'm good. I'm doing very good. How are you? So, you know, overcoming your social anxiety and talking to women in real life encompasses all these things we're talking about today. Honesty. It's really, really important to have respect for women, because if you don't have respect for women, then they won't have respect for you, and then you have that bad relationship. You go out with a bad attitude, which a lot of guys have. You have bad beliefs. So having respect for women, a lot of men think that's a weakness, it's a strength. Now, these are things that took me a long time to learn, because we have a lot of negative messages in our society that can poison men's thinking. Someone messaged me the other day, a really successful guy, I won't say his name, and you can ask me a question, sure. And he said to me, you know, Johnny, I'm struggling with women. I'm very successful in my business. I said, you're brilliant in your business. He said, but I've been following lots of different teachings. And I said, listen, I'm not going to get into judging and he's bad and I'm wrong. I just said, look, the people that you're following, has it helped you to build better relationships with women? He said, no, Jonathan, it hasn't. I said, well, stop following it then. And I said, obviously you've come to seek my advice. Try it, see how it works for you. And he said, I'm going to do that. He's already getting in a better place, because he's a great guy. He's successful in his business. He's a lovely guy. But when it comes to women, he's afraid. He doesn't think he's good enough because he got hurt when he was younger. A lot of issues I had. And I said to him, the confidence that you've got in your business and what you've done, transfer it over to women. Be honest. And he said he's going to do it. Yeah, you can ask me a question. I'm waiting for your question. How long are we going? I'm going to go for 2 hours today. I made a commitment. Okay, so I've been an hour, I've got another hour. Time flies on these streams anyway. I'm going to get to your question now. Give me a second. You got to get over it. You got to get past that. If you've been talking to girls and some girls ignore you and you don't know why, that's part of life, mate. You've got to just accept that and appreciate them and move on. You know, not everybody's going to talk to you in life. You can't be, you know, you can't get obsessed over that. And a lot of guys have this problem. So the way that you deal with that is by accepting it and moving on. Look, you can't force someone to talk to you if they don't want to talk to you. You can't do that. So move on. I would say that you've got to work on your confidence. You've got to work on probably being more honest with women, and I'm sure about that. And you've got to get rid of resentment, all these things, because I can always feel that when guys are saying that, like, this girl ignored me. Why? What do I do? Leave it. You're too desperate. You're too attached. Move on. She might not like you. She might have a boyfriend. She might have a bad day. She might be picking up on your negativity. Go to the gym, train, improve your mental health, improve your diet, work on having a better outlook on women. You've got to be more loving and empathetic, and then women will start to pay attention more. But it's part of life. Not everybody's gonna pay attention to us. So you've got to get over it and not take it personal. That's what you need to do. And that's for any guy, because what it does is when guys feel that women are ignoring them, it brings up their issues from child. It's like, oh, they're ignoring me. Oh, women don't love me. They don't like me. You got to get past it. Look, we're all human, but the way, you got to accept it and move on. As I said before, you're not going to get success with everyone. Not everyone's going to like you. Not everybody's going to listen to you. I mean, there's millions of people now ignoring me. I don't lose sleep over it. They're not watching my videos. They don't comment, and that's fine. I focus on the people that are listening to me. So you just got to move on. I get it a lot from guys. It's like, appreciate that. Thank you. Listen, thank you for having a good attitude and listening to what I say and not getting upset. Because sometimes guys get upset when I tell them the truth. So thank you for showing good character. That shows to me that you have the character in you to be a good man and meet a nice woman. I'm proud of you. Thank you, man. That means a lot. Because some guys get upset with me. They get angry. They want to attack me because I tell them the truth, and they don't always want to hear it. But that's part of learning and growing. Like I said to you guys, some of the best lessons I've learned have been from women. And if you're brave enough, as my mentor Jeff says, if you're brave enough to learn and say, look, it might hurt my feelings, but I want to learn. Where do I have issues? So it's all about being open to that. Yeah. Listen, man, let me give you a word of advice for any guy. Never ever call yourself ugly. No one's ugly. Don't call yourself ugly physically. And it's not all about looks, It's if you work on yourself and you improve your confidence and as your character, you'll attract women. How do I deal with haters and people who attack my character online? Don't deal with it. It doesn't. I don't get into it. It doesn't bother me. I just accept it. I just accept it. It's part of life. Like I said, it's the same as dealing with someone ignoring you or wherever it may be. So just don't deal with it. It's not a problem. If you're new to my channel and you're getting a lot of confidence or you're getting a lot out of it, make sure you subscribe to the channel. A lot of people, they forget to subscribe. They're enjoying the video. Well, I think the key thing is, with regards to talking to women, is to just relax and be yourself, and just keep it simple, and not focus too much on what's going to happen and overthink. Just keep it very simple. Everything's simple and calm and relaxed. Just see how it goes. Best thing I teach my clients is be honest, introduce yourself, say hi, nice to meet you. Introduce yourself, say your name, what's your name, basic social skills, and see how the girl feels. And if she feels comfortable with you and she likes you and trusts you, then she's going to want to talk to you more. So a lot of guys don't understand that. They don't understand to do things in a simple way, and calm the nerves down, you know. And that's what I teach on the Weekend Confidence program, how to relax around women so that you can think of things to say, sorry. You can have a normal conversation. Same way that I do this live stream, I don't need a script. I've been speaking for 70 minutes. I don't panic or run out of things to say because I have experience and I built the confidence through time, through practice, through making mistakes. I've made many mistakes and not given up. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Larry. What you said. That's another part of maturing and, you know, having a better outlook on the way that you interpret people's reactions to you. And what it is as well, a lot of men put too much pressure on themselves that they need to get a phone number or the attention or a girl liking them. They don't focus on what can I give instead of thinking what can I get from women. What can you give? Ask yourself that question today. I want everyone who comes on this stream and who watches this later on, I want you to ask this question. I want you to meditate on this question and pray on it. Ask yourself, what can I give to a woman? Ask yourself that. And I'm not talking about material things like a phone or money. Your heart, you know, your kindness, your love. Really meditate on that. And that will start to change the way that you view yourself and you view women, and you'll take the pressure off. And really, if you think about that question long enough, it will make you realize that you are trying to take all the time. And that's why you're unhappy. And that's why women are not attracted to you as much as they could be, or they're ignoring you because they can feel that you want something too much, and then that puts people off. We're all like that. It's human psychology. So instead of saying, well, what can women give me? What I want, what can you give them? And the best thing you can give women is generosity, being genuine and being honest. That's the gift. And I learned that through experience. And no book taught me that. And no guru taught me that. And no YouTube video. Life taught me that. Real experience with women taught me that. Unlearning a lot of the misconstrued, get the word out, doesn't matter if you stutter it out, get the word out, ideas that can be poisonous, that a lot of men have. Bad outlook on women, bad relationship, bad ideas, and it don't work out because they have a bad relationship with themselves and they've got bad ideas and bad perceptions about dating and women, and that's why they're not happy. You have to change your relationship. You have to have respect for women, you've got to respect yourself, and you've got to be sincere, because if you're not going to be happy. So the less you try to impress women, the less you try to attract them, the less you want from them. When you're just genuine and you don't expect anything, that's when women want to be with you. But you know, that takes time, that takes maturity, it takes practice, and it takes understanding, which is why I'm educating you guys today on how to build better relationships with women, be more honest and more confident. Like I said, if you want to live this and do it in real life, I have the Weekend Confidence program in London coming up on the 10th and the 11th, where I'll be taking a group of 4 men out and teaching them how to do these things in real life, how to build honest connections with women without an agenda, without tricks, without trying to trick women or manipulate them, just by being sincere and honest. One of the best feelings, just try it one day, go out and stop trying to get anything, stop trying to get numbers and dates and attention and attraction. Just speak to women and enjoy talking to them. Everywhere you go, just practice saying hello to people, being genuine. It feels so good. Most guys don't feel good because they don't practice good ethics. They're not honest. They're not practicing integrity. It's the opposite. They're being dishonest. They're using tricks that they've learned from gurus. They're using manipulation. And a real confident woman is going to see past that, like I would, and she's going to reject you on that. So, you know, you've got to have something to give if you want stuff from people. So like I said, ask that question from now on, and ask it in all areas of life. What can I give to the world? What can I give to people? Instead of what can I get? What can I take? And the joy of giving, take some time to learn this. And me too, for all of us, we forget, we're human, we're not perfect. The joy of giving far outweighs the joy of receiving. Because when you give from your heart and someone appreciates it, you receive anyway. But when you're trying to take things and get things from people without giving anything, bad energy, mental health problems, depression, anxiety, feelings of abandonment, feelings of low self-worth, feelings of something doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel right because it isn't right. You're not going about your social interactions right. Your communication with women right now, it's not good because you've been taught things that are not right. So, you know, my teaching really challenges people. Very great. It challenged me. It challenges people because I'm saying to them, don't use tactics on women. Don't lie to them. Don't manipulate. Don't lie to anybody. Be honest. You know, when I'm saying these things, I can feel it in my heart. I have to control my emotions. It makes me want to cry because these are the real values that I was brought up with. These are the values. I believe in God. I believe these are the values that God put in my heart, and I feel them in my heart. And when I practice them and live them, they never fail me. But, you know, back in the day, I made the same mistakes. I'd done it. I'm not perfect. I'm still learning. You know, I was interacting with women from I weren't honest. You know, it's like there's an agenda. It's like I need something. I weren't myself. And it didn't feel good. It made me feel depressed, even if I got phone numbers. And then I went through a revelation. I went through an awakening. And I realized I ain't doing this no more. You know, I'm going to be vulnerable. And if I get hurt, I get hurt. But you never really do. I appreciate you guys listening, you know, because I know that this is, you know, it's all out. But that's me, man. You know, when this battery is going to run out on my phone, I knew this would happen. I've said I'm going to do 2 hours, and I'm going to stick to my word. 77 minutes. I'm going to have to charge this phone. Hold on. Really loving the streams. Really appreciate you guys coming on. You know, it takes a lot of courage, to be honest, man. Anybody can put on a persona and be someone else and talk to women and use tricks because you don't get hurt that way. You don't make yourself vulnerable. But the courage it takes to be vulnerable and risk being hurt, and the discipline it takes to talk to a woman and not want anything and not be resentful or angry at her because she didn't give you her phone number or because she ignored you or she didn't give you the attention that you're craving. To let go of all that, you've almost got to face a death to do that. But when you do it, the joy in your heart, £1 million can't give you that joy. So, you know, I don't just teach men how to talk to women. I teach men how to speak to women from their heart, from being vulnerable, from being true. Could be right, Larry. No, it took me a lot of courage to teach this. I was afraid to teach this for many years because I knew that a lot of people they're not going to like me. They're going to attack me. But now I don't care. I welcome the attacks because I know what I teach. I know it's true. I know it's the right way to go about it because I feel it in my own heart. My own heart tells me. And most women have told me, I asked women, what is it you want in a man? What do you like, what you don't like? Well, for a start, they don't like men who lie to them and who trick them or who have got a hidden agenda. They hate that. I can't blame them. I agree. I don't like someone doing that to me. How would you feel? Ask yourself the question. How would you feel if someone's trying to manipulate you? Would you like it? You wouldn't like it. So don't do it to other people. Don't treat people how you wouldn't want people to treat you. So, you know, it works both ways. The relationship that you have with women is the one you have with yourself. So if you cannot be honest with women, then you can't be honest with you. You're always going to suffer. You're never going to be happy if you can't be honest. And I'm not saying be perfect. None of us are. I'm not perfect. I'll be the first to tell you. And neither are you. But that's not an excuse to not be true and honest. Yeah, I see what you mean. Well, RJ Flores, right? I understand how you feel. All my clients have felt like that. I felt like that at times. That's why I've done this event, so that we don't have to feel like that. You know, so we can get together, and that's why I give you this experience today. But I understand how you feel, and if I'm being honest with you, I agree with what you're saying, and part of me don't want to agree with you because I want to say positive things, but yeah, it's a crisis right now, it's happening, but we can change it, and I am changing it, and so are you. So I appreciate what you're saying, you know, that living in big cities like London, you know, we're almost conditioned to disconnect emotionally from people around years, which is why I'm so passionate about what I do even more now than ever, because of the times that we've gone through and how people are feeling. I know people are feeling like that. I see it around me. So you're smart, you're right. Well done for calling it out. Anybody else feel like that? I'm sure you do, but we can change it, you know. If we don't change it, who's going to change it? No one else will. And we are changing it, guys, you know. We're making a big impact. It's just taking time. I'm just using the toilet, guys, and I'm going to I've got to charge this phone. I'm a man of my word, so I'm not going to Benny, is that you, mate? That's you, Benny, right? Flip Anywhere Education. You got that other channel. Yeah, I was in Germany. Hold on a second. What it is, guys, right? You're gonna laugh now. The plug is at. We've got to get some jokes in. Only in my life, the plug is a long, long away. It won't reach. So I'm trying to figure out how to charge this phone when the plug is so long away. New demand in the market, right? Make chargers that have long leads, so I can charge my phone and keep my stream in place. Beat you now. Right, hang on a second. Hold on. We're gonna solve this problem. We're gonna it's like a comedy show now. Hold on a sec. Gonna move this forward like that. Just a sec, guys. This is dedication, you see. Hold on a sec. Yeah. No, I know we're gonna do this. Hold on. All right. It's a beautiful day today. Oh, good. How are we going to do this? I'll have to hold this here and then get the laptop here. Let me read this question. I love hearing people traveling stories. It's bright light, isn't it? Good. So you got two accounts there, Benny. You got the Flip, and you got this one. I remember a woman in Paris approached me on the street once. I thought she was genuine. 15 minutes later, yeah, it's not nice when that happens, is it? Hold on a minute. The question is, what can you learn from that experience, you know? I mean, how can they make a lead so short that I can't even charge my phone in the plug? Hold on, I got the light shining. Challenges. Right, so I'm trying to figure this out. Let me give you guys a tip, right? Always stay calm under pressure. Don't get embarrassed. Don't feel ashamed. Learn to stay calm. This is one of the best skills I've learned. It's a really challenging mindset. And I first learned this when I started doing public speaking, because I was very nervous at the start, as everyone is. And I used to feel embarrassed and, oh, the nerves, everyone's going to see me nervous. And I learned to go, no one cares that much. If they judge you, you're going to get over it in one day. Relax, breathe. And continue, you don't die. There we go. So when your battery runs out, find the plug, charge it, and continue doing the live stream and carry on. That's pretty easy, really, how to deal with distractions and people offering you new opportunities. I either take them if I feel good, and if I don't want to take them, then I just say no. So it's really just about honesty, strength, and integrity. Right. Let's see if the battery's charging a bit more. Hold on. Should be right now. So yeah, like I was saying, ask yourself that question. That's going to take some time to meditate on. You can not only just ask that with regards to your relationships with women, but in your business, in your life, in your friendships. What can I give? When you start asking the question, what can I give? What that does is it resets your values. Because most people's values in the normal human state is, well, I need to get things, I need to accumulate things, I need stuff from people, attention, whatever it may be. And if you stay in that place all the time, it makes you miserable. Obviously, I'm not saying to completely eradicate not needing things, but when you come from a place of, well, what can I give? That's when you receive the biggest gifts in life. And that's actually probably the best values to build a business from. That's how I became successful in my business. Of course, I've made mistakes as well of when you're trying to get things. But the more you're giving, the more value that you're giving, without expecting anything in return, you get massive things in return anyway. So what I'm trying to say is, a lot of my clients, people that follow me, they struggle to make friends, and they end up trying too hard and manipulating, and it becomes dark, and then they push people away. But if they're honest and you follow my advice, they're going to make great friends, because people are going to love you and want to be around you because you're more of a giving person. And the same with women, and the same with making money. Every time, and I see this in a lot of businesses, and I experienced too, every time I've tried to make money too desperately, I can't make any money, or it's scraps. But when I stop trying to make money, and I just teach from my heart, and I give, and I help, and I'm genuine, and I follow my passion and my purpose, I start making a lot of money. The money comes in. It's the same principle of the universe. It's not easy. Look, if it was easy, then you wouldn't appreciate it. Then we wouldn't have challenges in life. But to contradict that, once you get it, it's very easy. So it comes back to taking the action again, with the honesty, with the integrity. Again, that doesn't mean you're perfect. You learn from your mistakes. Now, having honesty and integrity is sometimes about saying, you know what, I lied there. I'm sorry for doing that. I apologize. I won't do that again. Or it was my fault. Or I made a mistake. I didn't know it. I wasn't conscious of it. Now I'm aware of it. I'm sorry. Forgive me. And don't make the mistake again. So just to put some things into perspective. You know, there is a shift in your energy when you stop trying to please everyone, when you stop trying to get everyone to like you, when you stop wanting things, you change your energy. You're in a more positive place. You feel it in your heart. So back to the original teaching, what I teach, take action on your fears, you know, and through that process, you're going to get more intelligent. I'm not talking about book intelligent, memorizing words and then paraphrasing and repeating them back. Life intelligent, you know, spiritually, your awareness will grow because of your continuous movement through life. But if you stop and let fear beat you, then you become stupid. You become unintelligent in the worst type of way because you stop exercising your courage and you get blocked, you get depressed, you get down, you get addicted, you get disappointed, you become self-destructive, you get pessimistic, you believe the negative, you gravitate towards negative things because you stop. And we're not designed to stop for long periods of time. We sleep for 8 hours, we have enough time to lay down, and we've got to get up and get out and do things and move about in the world, especially men, especially for the mental health of men. Men need a focus, they need an outlet. So business is a great way to express those emotions and have that outlet, or boxing training, or going to university. Am I near William Shakespeare's home? Not that I know of. It could be. That's an interesting question. So we're up to 92 minutes. That's about an hour and a half, another half an hour to go. It's getting easier to do these streams. I'm enjoying doing these longer. Appreciate you, man. It's the first time I've met you, man. You like my content. That means a lot. Be great if you could subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. It'd mean a hell of a lot. Have you been following me for a long time? Or maybe you didn't comment. I know there's a lot of people out there. I realize this, and it makes me really happy. They've been following me. They love the work. They appreciate it. But I haven't met them yet. Maybe they haven't commented. So I appreciate it. Oh, thank you, man, for years. So yeah, guys, don't be shy to say hello to me, and because I appreciate it. Wow, that means a lot, man. I didn't know that you've been following me for that long. That's incredible. One of the social skills that I've learnt lately, guys, I want to share it with you. I've found it very helpful, especially in coaching and on these streams. And a lot of people are scared to do it. And I was scared to do it as well, and I've got a lot better at it. See, when you speak a lot, I speak a lot. Have you guys noticed lately? I speak a lot and then I go quiet for a long time. And I don't go quiet because I run out of things to say, because I enjoy the space. I like to let you guys digest what I'm saying, and I like to take it in and digest the connection. And I'm starting to learn that when you do that in social situations, a lot of people feel great around you because you give them space to breathe, you know? There's nothing worse than appreciate that, Benny, thank you. There's nothing worse than someone just speaking and speaking, and it's just it's stressful. So a good social skill, you know, especially when you speak a lot, it shows confidence as well. I'm learning this today. It shows that you are relaxed in yourself, that you don't have to keep speaking out of fear and anxiety, that you can, you know, be relaxed in your own presence and have a break now and then. Because the fear that a lot of people have is, well, if I'm talking on a live stream or a talk or wherever, If I don't continue entertaining, then everybody's going to get bored and run away, and then I'm going to feel terrible. But I don't feel like that, because I don't mind if everybody leaves the stream, because it's happened so many times. I've got the joy, I've experienced both. You know, that's why it's helpful to get both. I've had so many live streams where, you know, one person's been on. So it doesn't scare me no more. I'm not embarrassed, I'm ashamed, because it's happened so many times. I'm used to it. But I've also had streams where, you know, loads of people have been on for the whole 2 hours. So I appreciate that. So I guess what I'm trying to say today for all of us is that so many of us are so afraid of failure. We're so afraid of being rejected, or someone walking away or ignoring us. A lot of this goes back to our parents, our mum, our dad. But if we face it and experience it more, then we're not scared of it no more, because we're used to it. And then you'll get the success anyway. So that's why Les Brown's quote made me cry many years ago, when he said, "You will fail your way to success." I lived that and embody that. So we come back to a common fear on this channel that we've all had is, oh my God, what if I run out of things to say in a social interaction and it's awkward and I don't know what to say and I'm embarrassed myself, or a person thinks I'm boring, I'm not interesting, and they leave me feel rejected. Well, why didn't you experience that? Maybe you can handle that. I know you can handle it. I can handle it. I'm no different to you guys. Wow, I appreciate it, man. Since 2012, that means a hell of a lot. Thank you, man. And I find when I'm speaking and teaching, or if I'm in an interaction and we're having these deep, honest conversations, if I stop and get present and just relax in my own being, I get some real insights into life, into some of the challenges that you guys are going through and that I'm going through, and how we can solve them. And I just appreciate the moment. And then you're not thinking, oh, I've got to get to the next moment because I'm afraid, or it's getting boring now, I need to have cakes or chocolates to get sugar. It's all here, man. It's all happening right now. I sound like a tea. Oh boy. Just using the toilet, guys. I'll be back. Just have a quick toilet break. Okay, all batteries are running out. Excellent today. I'm going to figure out how to solve this problem of the battery running out when we're doing streams that are about more than an hour and a half. I tell you what, lately I'm starting to feel massive impact with these live streams, just all around actually. I'm just speaking out loud. I'm grateful. I felt in my heart when I had the mental health breakdown in 2017, and I went through the worst time of my life, which enabled me to actually have the best time of my life. I had a lot of time on my own, you know. I had nothing to lose because I'd lost everything. I was unwell. I couldn't work. I couldn't speak to people again. Can you guys imagine that, right? It's humbling, where you worked half of your life to overcome your fears, and you finally became the man that you wanted to be and confident, and you became successful and appreciated, and you helped people around the world, and you had an amazing 3 to 4, 5 years, dating the girl of your dreams and just being financially free and being really good with my parents and friends and, teaching all over the world. And then mental health comes in and you have a breakdown and you lose all your confidence that you had that took me years to build. Humbling. And then all of a sudden you say to yourself, wow, I'm in a mental hospital right now and I'm locked up and I'm on medication and I can't work. I can't interact with people. I'm so paranoid. I'm so scared. I've lost my confidence. It's done. I can't hide it. I'm here. How did I get here? How did everything, as he says in the Rocky film, how did everything that was so good get so bad? I'm not feeling sorry for myself now. This is pure gratitude. You'll understand something here. And then I say to myself, I'm terrified again. I've just gone from being such a brave person and I'm just in hell right now in my own version. But then I go back to my faith. I asked for a copy of the Bible because when the shit hits the fan, I know for me and a lot of people, we always call on God. When we run out of resources and we're terrified, and I was afraid, I'm here to admit it or embarrassed, I was terrified in that place. All my childhood fears come true. There was fame couldn't help me no more. All the women I dated couldn't help me no more. All the money that I made, all the stuff on YouTube, that didn't work in that environment. I needed to call on my faith and be humble. And I started to pray, and after a week or a week and a half of being in there, I actually started to feel I can handle this. I don't know how I done it. I honestly don't know. I don't know how I got through that. Personally, I don't know how I done it. Obviously, family supported me. I had a couple of good friends. A lot of you guys didn't know about it. I didn't tell anyone at that time. It wasn't the right time, and anyway. And over the weeks, I started to have an experience. Am I going mad? I started to feel that, God's going to put me back stronger again, and I'm going to make a better impact than I did before. And I'm going to learn from some of my mistakes. I'm only human. I'm not perfect. I've done a lot of good things, and I've done some things that I made mistakes. And I'm doing these live streams lately. I'm teaching, I'm traveling to Germany, and I'm just feeling different. I'm feeling better. I feel more myself. I feel that I'm going to make a bigger impact, more than I did before. And it's all starting to make sense. The experiences that I had and why I had that experience, which is why a lot of people won't get it. If I said to someone, they'll think I'm nuts, right? They'll think that, and I am a bit nuts, but if I said to them, the most powerful thing that I've experienced that gives me a superpower, it's not the amount of money that I made over the years. It's not having thousands of people follow me on YouTube, which I'm really grateful for. It's not, again, respectfully dating lots of beautiful women when I just thought I was ugly growing up. It's not getting in shape. It's not deadlifts. It's not, even though I appreciate these things, it's not success. It's overcoming the mental health breakdown. Coming back from that. That's my biggest success today. I swear to God, that's the truth. People probably wouldn't get that. They'd be like, what's this guy talking about? Like, that's a horrible experience. How could that give you? It has. It's a fact. I wouldn't say if it weren't true in my own heart. Because to get through that was the hardest thing I've ever had to get through. It's the biggest fear I've ever had in my life. I've been in the boxing ring. That was scary. I had my first amateur fight. That was scary. When I first started teaching and becoming famous, that was nerve-wracking but exciting. Social situations, some of them scary, yeah. Nothing was more scary than being locked in a mental hospital and thinking, are they ever going to let me out? Am I ever going to get well? Am I ever going to be normal again? Will I ever feel normal? Overcoming that made me realize that I can do anything I put my mind to. I can help more people now. I've got more courage to be more honest about the things that are really going on in the world, that men are suffering with mental health problems and they are in agony and they're scared to talk about it. So God's given me another chance. He's given me a gift. He's given me the passion and the experience, which has humbled me. It's given me a fire in my belly to speak up more on these issues that are not getting spoken up today. I don't mind people joking. I've got a good sense of humor, so I'm not going to be offended if people joke at me. I've got a good sense of humor. Believe me, when you go through that, it's like everything's a bonus now. So back to what I said, when I'm speaking in situations or teaching and I have some silence, the reason why I can do that now is because I went through the mental health breakdown and I survived it and overcame it. Things make more sense to me and I can appreciate small things now and I couldn't appreciate that before. Everything had to be on a global level to be happy. I needed loads of women. I needed lots of money. Not one takeaway, 5 takeaways a day. Everything was extreme with me because obviously my personality, some my anxieties, being human, having an ego, etc. But after going through that, it's like your perspective changes on life, on a lot of things. I felt all those fears that you felt, RJ Flores. But what I chose to do is face them and disprove them. So all those fears you had, obviously, yeah, because I grew up in a council state, was intimidated by everyone pretty much. But facing those fears, as I said earlier, coming from a council estate, and then when I started coaching doctors, lawyers, bankers, millionaires, teachers, people in the army, it took me to another level. It proved to me that underneath all that, everybody takes a piss and a shit. Everybody's human. They're just labels, whether it's class, this, that, when you get down to it. So I gained the confidence to overcome those things that you're dealing with by facing them and disproving them. Yeah, too many live streams put me in the mental hospital. Too many coaching sessions, helping you guys. You guys put me in the nut house, man. I don't regret it. You know what's crazy? Logically, logic would tell me, why would you ever want to teach again and work in this area when you've just gone for a mental breakdown? But it's not like that for me. It's like, I love what I do. So to be back teaching, doing what I love after having a breakdown is a miracle. If that's not a miracle, I don't know what is. So I'm just speaking out loud. I'm giving thanks to God. I'm grateful and I'm proud of myself for what I overcome. Because for many years I couldn't really give myself credit for making money or building a successful business. Part of me, I didn't know how to process that. I just didn't know how to go to that place. A lot of successful people, we struggle to give ourselves credit because we're always helping other people. But to have the time that I've had, especially through COVID, to really process it, to really sit down and have time on my own and say, wow, I can't believe I've done that. And of course, Tyson Fury's helped me a lot because Tyson Fury went through the same, or I went through the same as him at the same time. So when I heard his story, it's like, wow, he understands. I've been through the same. How do you know when you're having a breakdown? Well, you kind of don't know, to be honest, Larry. You don't know, but other people around you know that you're not well, you're not right. So it was over time. I didn't just have a breakdown in one day. I started getting on well in about 2015. I started to not feel right. I was still teaching. I didn't know, and slowly you decline. So you start declining mentally and emotionally. Um, yeah, other people can tell that around you. Same way that I can kind of tell. I can tell sort of if someone's having bad mental health issues. You're just not quite yourself. You're not quite right. But yeah, I'm lucky I had good people around me. So I guess what I'm trying to say is most people, and I get it, it's just human nature. They're not educated on this matter. They would hear some people. They don't even want to hear this. It makes them frightened, and I don't want anybody to go through what I went through. Clearly, I won't wish that. I don't want you to go through that. But I'm trying to give you something precious that I learned, and I guess what I'm saying is that people don't realize what they can overcome until they have to do it. Like when you've got no choice, when you can't get your way out of it, you have to call on something stronger. Yeah, you have to be brave in danger. I can't really speak on drug use, to be honest, because I'm not qualified to speak on that. And I didn't have a problem. That hasn't been my problem growing up, with drugs. That hasn't really been my problem. My problem has been mental health, anxiety, etc., depression, and all that kind of stuff. So I can't really speak on that. I guess my message is to say to people as well, if there's anyone going through it, don't give up and get the help that you need, and you'll just come out stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That's a fact. So I guess, in society's eyes, having a mental breakdown is almost a failure in life. Not that I see it like that, because I didn't ask for mental health. We don't choose it. Not consciously anyway. But I don't see it as a failure. I saw it as a life lesson, a hard lesson to go through. It made me more compassionate. I was compassionate before I had a breakdown. I'm not a perfect person, but I've got a good heart. I always had a good heart. I'm not the only one who says that. I know that. I know the Lord knows that. I know people that know me well. But when you go through a breakdown and you see other people suffering and you suffer, I suffered agony. The pain is it's unbearable, mentally and emotionally. It's like you're being tortured every day. It's more painful than being punched in the face, believe me. And I've took some hard punches in the face in the ring and on the street. So when you get through that and the pain stops, you just feel like euphoria. You're just so happy to be able to feel normal and have a coffee with your mum or your dad, or going on a date with a girl. It's like mind-blowing, because you've gone to hell and back and you've survived it. So you have an appreciation like nothing else, like you've never had before. Or maybe you've forgotten about. Yeah, that would be great. I don't know what you're going through, but thanks for being brave. I should enroll in rehab. If you're having a problem right now, I think that'd be a great decision. And I hope me sharing my story can help you to get the help that you need, because getting help's not a weakness, it's a strength. One of the strongest things I ever did in my life is putting my hand up and saying I need help. Despite being someone that was always helping other people, being a teacher and being confident and successful, I need help right now. It doesn't make you weak, it makes you strong. It doesn't matter what you are in life. Tyson Fury is almost 7 foot. He's the heavyweight champion of the world. He's amazing. And what makes me love him and respect him even more is he wasn't afraid to get help. Now he's in a better place, inspiring others. So it gave me a strength, that I wouldn't have had initially. It gives you a whole different type of resilience when you go through that and you grow through it. See, there's going through things and growing through it. Thank God. And from you guys, I have to say thanks. I forget to say this, and I almost forgot. I'm only human. A huge part of the strength that I got to get out of that mental place, hospital, and there were nice people to me there, and get off the medication, a huge part of that motivation was you guys. Because I had to get myself well again to spend time with you guys and help you guys. I mean that from my heart. I forgot, because I'm only human. This is sometimes what fear can do, or ignorance. I forgot that's one of the big reasons. It wasn't just about me. Because if it was just about me, I want to be honest with you guys, I wouldn't have done it. It was too hard. It's too tiring. I was too afraid. I could have. It was tempting. I could have spent the rest of my life on benefits, getting paid by the government, on medication, and I could have just sat at home, ate myself, stuffed my face, watched boxing, and never worked again. It was tempting to do that, because to face what I had to face, to not make that true, wasn't easy. So knowing that I